All right, everybody. So today I want to talk about what separates the best from the rest. Actually, that's not exactly what I wanted to talk about. What I actually want to talk about is the concept of financial education versus financial entertainment. So, are you really learning something from the content that you're exposing yourself to, or are you just being entertained? I think we all find ourselves in the space on YouTube because we enjoy learning things and we want to better ourselves, but oftentimes we fall into this trap of just becoming entertained as we would watching some random television show. Just being entertained when really we're all here because we have an interest in finance, we have an interest in money and how it works and the economy and business. And slowly but surely, we kind of edge our way more towards the just being entertained side of the spectrum. And sometimes we lose that sense of really absorbing educational content. It's really easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you're learning something from someone who does put out educational content. You start thinking, I'm going to learn something from this person, rather than I'm going to learn something about this specific topic from this specific video. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. We start building trust in these creators. I think that's a good thing overall, but we really want to take a measured approach to this and really be discerning about what kind of media we're exposing ourselves to. All of these people teach things, but they also all put out content for entertainment purposes. Things that are super sensationalized, that draw you in, kind of whatever the flavor of the week is. Some new cryptocurrency or a dire warning about taking all of your money out of the marketplace as soon as possible because it's going to crash. Sometimes they're reaction videos or reaction videos to reaction videos. It kind of keeps spiraling. So how many of these people will tell you something like, you are like the 5 people you spend the most time around? Or they might say something like, you are the media that you consume. You should really take that to heart. I mean, if you're only really consuming the sensationalized sort of media, then you're probably not that much better off watching these YouTube videos than you would be watching some reality TV show. And again, we're kind of all in this space to learn and grow together. So really just be discerning and strive to always think about what the media you're consuming is doing for you, if that's your intention to learn. So one thing I like to think about is 24 hours from now, is the media that I'm consuming now going to matter? Am I going to remember it? Am I going to have learned a lesson from it that I can carry forward with me? Or is it going to be out of sight, out of mind? Or will I not even remember at all that I consumed that media? Chances are a lot of what you're consuming doesn't actually fit this bill and pass this test. What does fit this bill? Things that educate you, conversations with people who you care about. Form versus function. So what do I mean by form and what do I mean by function? Form being how something looks, how it feels, how the senses perceive something. Function meaning what value is it bringing? What are you learning from it? So both of these things are always important. Function is obviously important for the value aspect, but form is also super important because it's what helps keep an audience engaged. You're not going to learn anything from it if you're not being engaged with the media for the duration. Some creators recycle content more than others do, both their own content and the content of others, but they present things in a unique way with fresh new perspectives of it. So the content itself might not be that uniquely valuable, but how it's presented, the form factor of how it's presented might be unique, and it might help you learn things in a way that you hadn't thought of before. Steve Antonioni's channel is one that comes to mind that emphasizes form sometimes over function. And that's not a bad thing. I don't mean to disparage his content at all. I'm a huge fan. I'm a subscriber. But he really focuses on form over function. This is just the brand that he's formed for himself. So one totally different example is Kevin Paffrath. He focuses on function and the total volume, the output that he's able to produce. He also likes getting really deep into material that might kind of narrow his audience, but again, is providing an extraordinary amount of value to that audience. He's focused less on narrative structure than someone like Steve Antonioni, but again, he has that function to back up maybe the lack of form at times. Kevin's probably the top earning finance YouTuber on the platform right now. He does this through quality of content, but also sheer volume. Sometimes he's putting out multiple extended length videos each day, both filming and editing, day after day after day. And just look at the form factor of his videos. It's super high quality, but it doesn't really vary from video to video. He set up his studio in such a way and really dialed things in such that he doesn't need to vary things. He can move quickly from video to video. and he doesn't need to worry about the form factor because it remains constant. He's found something that works for him, and so he can spend his time focusing on quality, consistency, volume, and speed of output. Speaking of form in his videos, you'll notice that he uses a lot of really high contrast colors, both in the lighting in his videos, in the background, but even going so far as to color his hair neon green, neon pink, things like that. This is a way to create a ton of visual appeal, both in his videos and his thumbnails. Again, he can just pump them out really quickly by taking a screenshot of something from one of his videos. And it also creates a through line from video to video to video because he has this consistency of form, and he's formed this brand that his customers, the viewers, know exactly what to expect. This is a very different approach than Steve Antonioni, but it's just as effective, just in a different way. So you just need to ask yourself, what do I want to say and what is the best way to communicate it? Ultimately, there needs to be a balance between form and function. Don't ever neglect one wholly for the other. So thanks very much, everybody. I hope you found this video both educational and entertaining. If you liked this video, if you found value in it, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Thanks so much and enjoy your day.